Beat. Gives you best Ulysses Claw impression.
Where's the fucking vibranium?
Straight into Black Panther, people.
They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. Crass. 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 They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass, yeah. They're talking Crass.
Hello and welcome to Talking Crass, your go-to podcast for film, laughs, and intelligent conversation. Beat. 2 of those are correct.
How many podcasts start with your go-to podcast?
I'm gonna say at least 2 billion.
I'll go for that as well.
I didn't realise how many podcasts there were. Like on Twitter, it's like ridiculous. Like there's a lot of podcasts.
I don't think there's 2 billion.
Maybe not, but
What's the population at? 7?
I'm not too sure, mate.
7 billion.
So we're gonna say 7
We're
billion.
gonna say
Well, it's-
7 billion
It's really
people?
probably. Oh my god, this is gonna sound so stupid. Is it 7 billion people? Do you know this?
Yes.
Right, cool.
Is it? I don't know.
I know you said 7 billion people.
Okay.
Anyway, we've just been to IKEA. Beat. You got
Yeah.
yourself a new set of drawers today.
I do, mate. I do's, mate. I did.
What do you think of it?
It's alright. I haven't put it together yet. I'm waiting to after the podcast.
Why are you like the master of flat pack?
Well, you know when you want to be good at stuff in life, but you're only really good at eating pizza and putting together drawer sets? That's me.
I mean, you are really good at flat pack.
I
Like,
am.
I can't do it.
I guess me basic brain can put little Lego pieces together. It's the way I've been conditioned, John.
What do you think of IKEA? No. Sorry, what do you think of IKEA, Beat?
Okay, let's go into that rabbit hole. It's like the master of design, right?
Mhm.
And it's really good, but it's just all intentional, isn't it?
We were like walking past the place and walking through corridors that would smell hot chocolate. That was definitely getting pumped through the air vents.
We're pretty much we're tin foiling all over the shop. We're thinking the controlling us with smells getting poured out of the vents.
Why,
what I
why
mean?
are we thinking this?
Like
We're only in
sawdust.
fucking IKEA. We're only buying flat pack.
But I can
why they
just
try to screw with your mind,
I can
Beat?
just see business moguls just having lecture after lecture of the floor planning, like, oh, if we get them through here, we get a 10% increase in profitability and stuff like that. Or what if that's a word? I don't know.
What do you think of IKEA's? Is it a way of getting cheap furniture, or is it like a capitalist
It's
dream?
not cheap at all. It's not cheap.
Don't think it's cheap.
No.
Also need to address, on the way out, guess what I did, people? I went to a cash point, put my PIN number in, and walked away out to get me cash. Where I stand at this issue, I do not know. You know why it happened? Because B came up to us and said someone's pinched our trolley. I'm totally blaming B on it. And I was like, what? Fuck? Someone's pinched the trolley. And he just moved it to a different place in IKEA. Take from that what you wish, people.
There you go.
Anyway, straight into it.
The £20 joke, I call that.
The episode's going to take the usual route. We're going to do not necessarily top 5, true or false trivia. Then, obviously, we've just been at the cinema to watch it. So we haven't made a hell of a lot of points, mate. I don't know.
We haven't got beat points, we've got likes, dislikes, and bonus.
Likes, dislikes, and bonus. So we'll be talking about the film, give a final ratings, and then answer some fun questions, Beat. Should we take it away with not necessarily top 5?
We can do. Oh, by the way, every time we can do gets said, I very much want to say Wakanda, because it's a double joke. Maybe I will, maybe I won't.
And I might repeat myself or slur. We're not editing this one, it's going straight out.
Let's go.
I apologise. Now, Beat, in true Talking Crass style, we're going to go with not necessarily top 5 prosthetics turned into weapons.
Yes.
It's of course a reference to Ulysses Claw in Black Panther.
Is his first name Ulysses, John? I can't remember.
It is Ulysses Claw.
Excellent.
If it's not, I'm going to sound like an absolute idiot on the podcast. I'd like to say I'm 95% certain it's Ulysses Claw.
HMS Claw.
Do you want to take us away, Beat?
First one for me. Big Boss.
Yeah, how haven't even opened up for a film.
Okay, it's a game
You've
franchise.
got to keep the game franchising out there once for later.
We
on,
have to
Pete.
get Metal Gear Solid reference in every podcast if possible. Spoilers for Metal Gear Solid 5. He has a robotic arm.
Okay. Does he hurt anyone with it?
Does he
you-
hurt
You
anyone?
can fire it off his.
Okay.
You can actually fire it
So
off
you can
his
do
hand.
rocket punch. Every time he fires it off his arm, it goes Rocketo Puncho or something like that. Oh no, it's not. That's the Japanese version. Sorry, sorry. It's just normal rocket punch. He shouts that.
So, what's the dude who plays Solid Snake? 24?
Jack Bauer.
No.
No.
What's he? Keith Sutherland.
Keep it Jack Bauer.
Keith Sutherland. Every time you fire it goes, oh, to rocket or
Yeah, it goes rocket punch or something like that.
Does he? I
Yeah.
don't know.
There's also something called like the arm of Jehuti or something like that, which is like Jehuti's like an Egyptian god or goddess. I'm not sure. You can just grab people, just teleport them to you. It's really cool. So there's loads of different applications.
Why the hell did I never use? See, this
Because
is the shit
it
that I
costs
don't
like, it costs like 12 hours of your day to get
Right,
to.
screw that. Beat, I'm going into one.
Okay.
I'll throw a film one in there to get us back on track.
Right.
Grindhouse.
Nice.
I've never actually seen it, but I've definitely seen posters of a woman who's got a machine gun for a leg.
So
You've seen the film.
Grindhouse is like a series of films, all B movies made by Robert Rodriguez and Tarantino.
Oh,
and
right, cool.
Edgar Wright makes a little advert. What they did was they had specific adverts made for the intervals. In movie theatres previously, there used to be intervals between screenings.
But this actually made the cinema, even though it's a B movie.
Yes, it's like a replication of what it used to be like.
Is it
Authentic.
them making a B movie, but actually, like trying to make it shit? Do you know what I mean?
That's exactly
is that,
it.
Is that what they're trying
That's
to
it,
do?
but it was-
They know what it is.
So there was 4 movies, which was like, I don't know, one with Kurt Russell in where he's got a bulletproof.
When he's driving the car.
Yes, that's
Unreal.
one of the Grindhouse films.
That's really good.
House of Terror, or something of Terror, which is the one with the machine gun legs.
Yeah,
A couple of others, but it's really cool.
really cool. Mate.
It's either everybody's cup of tea or it's absolutely not your cup of tea. It's
Okay.
very, very Marmitey. It's not my. It's even too much for me personally. Next one from me, John. It's Doomsday.
Doomsday.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for is it Justice League?
Justice League, I think. No,
No,
it's Batman v
vs
Superman. But right, he gets his arm cut off and it turns into a lance.
We'll move on.
Right.
Beat. Charlize Theron.
Oh,
Mad Max.
that's not bad.
I think she loses it at one point though, doesn't
She
she?
does. I think she takes it off when she's crying.
I don't know. Good film, Mad Max. On that note,
Great
Did
film.
you enjoy it?
I loved it.
I enjoyed it. I will say that.
It's got a guy playing a guitar with flames coming out. It's got Tom Hardy.
Well, that when we looked at each other, that was one of the moments where we looked at each other and we're like, "This is fucking." some
We're in the
good
right
shit.
place. That's what we said.
We're either laughing at someone who's made of rubber, or
Yes.
look at each other and going, "Yeah, this is good shit."
No, exactly. Next one from me, John.
Come on then.
Gazelle. From. Let's think about what films are from. What's the James Bond rip-off? Mark Millar made a comic book series about it. It's the guy who did.
Pink Panther.
No, the guy who did.
Bond. Ultimatum.
No.
The James Bond rip-off. I don't know what you're talking about.
Kingsman.
Kingsman, right? Is he in that?
Kingsman. You know
Oh,
that
the girl.
the girl, the
Who's
lady.
got the bloody
Scissor
spoilers.
legs.
Is that spoilers?
It's not spoilers.
She
She's
always
got
has scissor legs.
she's got scissor legs.
Right,
No, or
okay.
rapier legs.
She's got knives, like
Knife
swords
legs.
on each leg.
Yeah, which is really cool.
It is cool, but freaky
And she
at the same
kicks
time.
fucking ass.
I like it. I like it.
Next one from you, John.
So beat. I'm gonna say for my next one, Luke Skywalker.
All right.
He's definitely strangled someone with that robotic hand over the years.
Has he?
Well,
Out of the movies we're thinking here.
before the new ones,
Yeah.
it's been like how many years? 40 years.
Does he slam anybody up a wall with that arm?
If you're in a fist fight, where somewhere along the line he's got to have been a fist fight, surely.
Yeah.
Maybe with one of them. What are the porgs? Maybe he's killed a porg with his metal hand.
He's
I don't
on
know.
fire, right? So what's the disadvantages to losing all your arms and legs in that franchise?
Nothing. You get just turned into a robot, killer machine.
Oh, I was going to say,
AKA
why
Darth
don't
Vader.
the Sith do it, but the Vader did it? He's completely
that?
fucking up. Aye, there you go.
But then you wouldn't chop your own arm off. Do you know what
Darth
I mean?
Vader?
Yeah, but he didn't chop his own arm off.
No, but a Sith would.
You think a Sith would chop their own limbs off to become?
I'd say 100%. They're all fueled by anger.
Right, so when you're angry, do you chop?
Oh no, it's all feeling, isn't it?
It's like,
They're all a feeling.
I don't know, I think, yeah.
Like there's good parts of having that bad Sith. Like, because they're all emotion. They're not, like, obviously
There's
the
a good
Jedi.
point, listeners. Let us know. Why do Siths not chop their arms off and get metal arms and legs? Does it not make more sense?
Okay. Maybe they
Your
just
next one.
waiting in the wings to lose them. My next one. Candyman.
Candyman? Is that to do with the bees?
Yes.
You get stung by bees?
That's it, aye. He's got a hook for a hand.
Oh, has he?
He's got no hands, I don't believe. He's not real, I don't think, either.
Yeah, isn't he like a figment of kids' imaginations?
Something like that. Okay. I was
Got
say
to see-
Candyman 3 times
3
in the
times when
mirror.
he comes in the room.
Yeah, but I'm going to change it to hook, I guess, now, because that's more...
Just any generic.
any man with a hook. Any person with a hook hand.
I know what he did last summer. Did he have a hook hand?
Yeah, defo.
No.
What's a hook's purpose?
That's a great point. Like
Now-
a pirate. Why
now-
does a pirate have a hook?
So I guess there was hooks
Maybe
made.
because back in the day it
There
was
was
just
loads
an
of-
easy thing to put on like a stump.
So maybe a hook's like... Okay, I'll give you that.
Because you just
Good
need-
for ropes?
yeah, ropes. Just hooking people.
You know what I mean?
Just like, I don't know.
Also, why is the hook, like, on the end got a
Take the
nice
piss,
little
you know,
ball?
Someone walking past him, like the captain, with like a brand new linen shirt on, he'll just go.
Alright, yeah, sorrow.
Oh, no,
I like that.
mate.
Why's hook's got that little ball at the end?
But you think
To make it not spiky?
ball?
Why would you make it into like a scythe hand?
ball at the end?
It's got a little tiny ball.
You're thinking of
Am I thinking of real life hooks?
You're thinking of what's that? Sword fencing. You're thinking of fencing.
No, I'm not.
Anyway, moving on. We're getting off topic.
Right, next one from you.
Final Fantasy Barrett.
Right,
To be more specific, Final Fantasy 7.
okay.
So
Now I always thought
dude who's got like a machine gun for a hand.
I always thought he just had a hand, and over that hand he had that gun like Mega Man.
No, I don't think so.
No,
Could Mega Man be one?
no, because he's got like a hand over. He's got a weapon over his hand.
And that's not necessarily top 5.
There's one more to go from
There's
me.
one more. Throw it straight in. If it's not a film beat, you're not putting it in.
It's a film.
If it's not a film, you're not putting it in.
It's a film.
Okay, go.
Tomb Raider. No. Ash, Evil Dead,
Ash
Chainsaw
Evil
Hand.
Dead, of course. You brought us right back into on that last one. Like Evil Dead beat.
I love it. Evil Dead 2, so incredible.
How does he get the hand again?
He chops it off because he gets bitten in the hand.
Oh, he's going to turn it into a zombie or
He's going
something.
to turn it
isn't
into a zombie, aye. Well, it's not really zombies, it's more like demonic possession. It's all a bit muddy.
he? Not my type of film, like.
Oh, mate, it's so funny. Incredible. Low budget. Well, the first one was low
It's
budget.
absolutely massive in cult status. like.
Massive, you know why?
Why?
Because Sam Raimi, fresh out of uni or college,
Yeah.
with his mate.
Dude who did Spider-Man 2?
Yep. And 1 and 3.
Did he do the 3? Yes, he did. Sorry, that's
He-
bad.
he-
That's bad
he was
factual
gonna,
information
he was,
on my
He was
part.
going to be Mysterio. What's his name?
Sam Raimi.
No, the director's Sam Raimi. Bruce.
Bruce. Shit, boss will tell us.
Forsyth. I like it.
What's he called? Anyway, move on.
Anyway, they came out of college together, friends.
Did they?
Made it on the lowest budget ever. Got about $5,000, I think, to make the first one. Then got that much popularity. A
did
big
well,
studio told them they can remade it with loads of money. And
And
that's
then
how
it went-
Evil Dead
Then it
2
went tits up
came.
or not?
No, it went even better.
Which is the one where they're going medieval times?
That's Army of Darkness.
What was that like? Good or bad?
Incredible.
I need to watch that.
This is my boomstick. If you've heard a quote in popular culture, it came from that movie.
Is how he's obviously got a shotgun back medieval times.
Yeah. This is my boomstick.
I like it.
Incredible.
What a hero.
And a chainsaw hand. Oh, it's a full metal hand now.
It's a full metal hand now.
Yeah, but
It's
you know the metal
Didn't
hands.
he want to come back? He wanted to bring it back and didn't get shelved.
It's so we want to come back in the remake Evil Dead.
2 seconds beat. I'm going to find out what the guy's called. I know Bosco probably's always commented by now.
Bruce.
Hey, 2 seconds.
Anyway, basically,
Yeah.
he came back in the form of a TV show called Ash vs. the Evil Dead or something like that, which I haven't seen yet. But
Bruce
it's meant
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
Bruce Campbell.
But it's meant to be incredible.
Yeah, cool.
There you can.
And that brings in not necessarily top 5. Prosthetic weapons in film.
I like it.
People bill straight in true or false trivia. There wasn't that much trivia. I think it's because it's a new film. You know what I mean?
That's understandable.
We always have this problem with new films. There's not much trivia as old films, but why?
Because they're brand new.
I know, but Film,
me phone.
a film's a film. People's not picking trivia out for 40 years, do you know what I mean?
Because most trivia comes from the Blu-ray release of the DVD, where all of us normal human beings can see the background process of the movie getting created.
And I thought it was just IMDb. Beat straight into it. Let's see how many you can get right. Wesley Snipes wanted to play Black Panther in the 1990s, ever since Marvel approached him with the project. So he went to Columbia Pictures with a script. Given the limitations in special effects at the time, the Black Panther's suit would basically be a leotard with cat's ears. John Singleton was briefly considered as director, but this never materialised as Snipes insisted on keeping the story situated in Africa, while Singleton wanted to place the character in the USA during the Civil Rights Movement. True or false?
100% true.
It is, because I would never take the time to type that much out, you know that?
It also didn't include massive profanity of the main actor, and that Wesley Snipes goes balls out on set or something like that. That's what yours would be.
Exactly, you're not wrong. I saw Wesley Snipes wanted to play it for ages until he finally got Blade. That was the Marvel film he was in.
That's fair.
He's very much for the film. He thinks it's great.
You know the
He
funny
likes
thing,
Chadwick Boseman's portrayal.
right? You know the funny thing is, I never see Blade as a superhero film.
I know, but
It's much more-
a comic. It is a comic.
Oh,
isn't
well,
it?
absolutely. He's the first black
I love Blade. I think it's great.
comic book movie. I believe that.
Yeah.
But
Whistler, what a legend.
Whistler, incredible. It's more just like a vampire movie, isn't it?
It is,
It's not
like-
really
yeah,
superhero-y, even though there's elements of it.
So
of
could
course.
he be in, like,
Not-
speaking about, could Blade be in, like, Avengers?
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know, because there's various types. There's like West Coast and East Coast Avengers.
Right.
There's also a series called Marvel Knights, I believe, which is like there's like a dark Marvel where it's like the more extreme kind of fringe characters, but
Right.
you know what I mean?
That would be interesting.
More like
It's badass,
supernatural,
Blade.
more like supernatural
okay.
characters. So vampires aren't running about for Marvel characters more.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
Morbius, I guess he'd fuck Morbius up big time.
Oh, why can't we see Morbius and bloody Spider-Man?
Can we have Blade and Venom?
There's been talk of Morbius being in the next film, you know. Centering around him.
What about Morpheus?
That would be better. That would be better. Big next one. Stan Lee makes a cameo in the film. He also provided the sound effects for the Rhino. He's a keen gift.
Here we go. He writes up.
He has a keen. Let's finish. He has a keen gift of mimicking animal sounds alongside creating comic books.
Alright, here's a little backstory. In the army, right? I think Stanley was in the army, correct?
Correct.
You were uncertain. And I think he made the ideas for his comic books there.
Right. Okay.
But I'm sure during his time in the army, he was like a radio specialist.
Right.
I think he was like a Good Morning Vietnam. You know how you have them people set up to speak to the soldiers to keep raising morale. I could be completely wrong about it.
Yep.
So that might indicate he's good at doing voices. False.
You didn't think you couldn't picture Stanley, 100-year-old, in a sound booth, going
No.
because that's exactly what a rhino makes.
It was also the perfect length that you would start getting bored at writing, so you ended after typing for fucking half a second.
Next one, mate.
Was I right?
That was true false.
Well done.
M'Baku is known in the comics as the man-ape.
Right.
The filmmakers decided to leave that title out of their film
What?
to avoid it being used as a derogatory
This
insult.
is unbelievable.
See, this is why I'm kind of worried about doing this episode, because B might get on his high horse. However, his tribe retains positive traits associated with gorillas, while strong and courageous fighters, both the tribe and their symbolic animal, are vegetarian.
Are there? Was that? No, that was a... Oh, they are?
Aye.
That was a joke, but then a double joke. True or false?
True or false?
Oh, wow. This is interesting what it says about us if you've made this up. I'm going to say true, so you're...
It's true.
Yes.
So they didn't want to... So in the comics, he's called Man-Ape.
Right.
Just like Spider-Man, really.
Is it racist to have that mindset? Do you know what I mean?
I think in 2018 we live in a world where you can't say anything, but we're not going to get too much into it because it could provide flag.
I think it's racist the fact that it can't say that. Like, it's pointing it out.
Right, moving on, B.
Anyway.
Next one. The Black Panther was originally going to be called the Brown Bear and be set in Alaska.
Right, so right, is it false John Quarter? Is it longer than a minute? The line? No. So it's got a good opportunity to be. Does it involve a fucking stupid animal or a balls joke? Check to one of them. I'm going false.
That's true. It's false. It's false.
It's false, right? Okay.
That's false. Here we go. Wakanda was mentioned as a location on a shield monitor in Iron Man 2. The location pinpoints the country as being situated at Lake Turkana on the borders of Kenya and Ethiopia. The region in real life is special for holding great mineral deposits, properties similar to Wakanda.
True.
That's true. Do you know, B?
Am I right here on everyone?
The metal they used to make CDs and DVDs and that is only found in a certain area of Africa.
Really?
And this is kind of they put on the whole vibranium thing.
Well, not for just CDs though, is it?
Mate, I read on IMDb, so it's true.
Right. Well, can we talk about this a bit more? Hold on.
We need to do more research, but apparently there's a place in Africa where it only has the mineral deposits or whatever it is to make like the stuff you need for DVDs and like Blu-rays and shit.
There's also very precious diamonds and gold and iron.
All the diamonds are gone now, really, aren't they?
No, I think. Well, I mean, still
And most
currently.
of them, obviously, you've got your diamond mines, but
I mean, I guess that it's not just CDs, but
I just pull out a Blu-ray. Just
yeah.
Blu-rays are naturally made.
But Africa's full of great resources. I think it's a good. I think that's one of the stronger points of the film. We'll talk about it later.
Beat you about get the clean sweep. And I'm not giving you it because it's only 6 because the North trivia doesn't count.
Okay.
No Avengers appear in this film.
False.
That's true. Yes! You even got the clean sweep wrong when you have the opportunity to
What
get
does
it.
that mean?
No Avengers appear in the film. Well,
Spoilers.
Name the Avengers. Name the Avengers?
Winter Soldier.
No, he's not an Avenger.
Are you kidding us?
Is he fucking Avenger?
What do you mean?
Right. Hulk. Scarlet Witch. Her boyfriend who's red. Vision.
The Vision.
Captain America. Iron Man. Even Spider-Man's not an Avenger yet. He said he couldn't be an Avenger.
I think you've done us on a technicality there, like.
Beat, let's move. Straight into film discussion.
Okay.
Beat, how do you want to do it? Have you got any points of anything?
I have no idea, man.
You've got no idea.
No.
Have you not got like, you've got likes and dislikes, haven't you?
Yes.
Right, I'll tell you what it is. I've got points down here,
Uh-huh.
which will cover a basis of things.
Okay.
Is that the right word? Basis?
Yes.
Okay. A multitude of things.
Cool, get you.
We'll do these points, and then you can add yours in when you see fit.
I like it.
Do you want to start off with the characters, Beat?
Okay, point from me.
Okay.
Like. General cast and performances.
How do as well? Simple as that.
We'll move through
I
them.
thought, love Chadwick Boseman. Really like him as Black Panther.
Excellent. I would have preferred an older T'Chaka.
Would you?
Is it
See,
T'Chaka?
I like the way they go.
T'Chaka's his father.
T'Challa, yeah. T'Challa.
Because that's
I
what
like
I've
the
been.
way they're going with it because when did we first see him?
Civil War.
Loved him in Civil War. Loved how he got past the torch in that. So it's they're going on the whole find his feet type thing, rather than just have him totally established straight into one film. You know what I mean?
Nice callback, important use of the rings. Nice linkage. I always like. I mean, film Marvel. Kevin Feige, probably using the comics as well. The mastermind. But another point to make
It stayed
is,
pretty true to the comics, didn't it? There's like a lot in this than what the comics were.
I think so. I think all the main elements are there. But big thing for me, when I've been exposed to T'Challa,
Yeah.
he's been older.
Right. Okay.
Now, obviously, it's a young cast. Get them young as possible, so we have them for a longer
Yeah.
contract, a longer amount of time to make films with. But Chadwick Boseman,
I think
hats
he's
off.
great. I think he's great in it.
Big fan of him previously. He played James Brown,
Yes.
and he played a black baseball player who's like, I think it's called like 76. I mentioned that before.
Had
I
he
was like,
worked with Coogler before?
had he worked with Coogler before? Now, the only two Coogler films I know is Fruitvale Station.
Michael B. Jordan's
Michael
been with
B.
him all the way through, hasn't
Michael
he?
B. Jordan, Fruitvale Station. Michael B. Jordan, Creed.
Yeah.
and then this. I only know 3 films from
What
him.
did you think of Eric Killmonger or Michael B. Jordan's character in this?
Enjoyed him. Acting was good.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a bit one-noted, as in he's always just angry little boy.
Yeah.
But I
I don't
thought,
think, do you think he was in the film a lot, or not?
was he in enough? That's the question.
I really enjoyed him.
I
enjoyed him. I thought, I've got to say it, I thought all the characters, the cast were great.
Right, correct.
Especially his guard, and I'm going to have to try and pronounce the guard now.
Pronounce it. I keep
I'm
on
It's
saying the Dosh Colleen.
It's the Dora Moulagier.
Dora Moulagier.
Dora Moulagier.
Right, I keep on saying Dosh Colleen from Game of Thrones. I don't know why.
And that's his guard, led obviously by
Yes.
Danny Guerrera out of The Walking Dead,
Unbelievable.
which we did not realise
Didn't
when
spot
watching the
at
film.
all. Who knew dreadlocks go such a long way? I can't believe that's the same person.
Yeah, no, but she had the tattoos
what
and
an idiot.
everything. She was great. She was badass.
She was pretty badass.
Um,
Point I was going to make on Killmonger, I really enjoyed the adult motivations the character had.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's based in... he's kind of like a Nazi. Alright?
I'm really, really worried about what you're going to say.
So, obviously, he blames colonisers of Africa for stealing
Yeah, so his whole thing...
his whole heritage.
Yeah, his whole thing is he wants to go back
and arm all of the black
that's
community.
stayed true to the comics as well, because like Eric Killmonger, is it?
Yes.
In the comics is the same. He wants to go back to... He thinks they're using too much like new technology, and they've embraced like white supremacy.
Right, okay.
So he wants to take it back to the roots and the way it was before.
And just the point is, that's quite an adult theme to use within a comic book film, which I quite
I enjoy that point.
I quite enjoy.
For Coogler,
Yeah,
it was a bold move.
I don't think many other Marvel films has acted with such seriousness. Should we say?
That's a great point. I do like that bit. Who you had Lupita Nyong'o, who played Nakia.
Lupita Nyong'o.
His love interest. She was great as well. Got the stuff on at the end. Started flinging away the discs. She had discs, didn't she, at the end?
Discs are her weapon, John. Now, I'm not too sure on the comic books of this character. I don't know
I'm
if
not
she's.
too sure. I don't
know
know
if she's a pre-made character or created for the film, but she was an ex-girlfriend of T'Challa.
Yeah.
Correct.
Who eventually
Mini point, John.
gets back with him.
Does she?
At the end, I think the kiss and that.
The kiss?
Yeah.
Okay, we're moving in the
Yeah,
right
so-
direction. Mini point.
Mhm.
Did you know that each character, when they're in the casino part, is wearing colours of the original African nation's flag, I believe?
Really?
So we've got black, green and red.
Oh, cool.
So red's for
I don't know.
Dosh Colleen.
Okay.
What they called?
Oh, we're talking about the groups of people in this film.
Yes.
Right, I don't know the names. I can't
T'Challa,
remember.
his ex-girlfriend, and the head of his
They've all got
guard.
different groups.
Have got
They're all wearing the different colours.
All different colours
I
of
like
flag.
it.
There you go.
Okay. Letitia Wright beat, who was a bit like Q out of James Bond.
Right, his sister.
Shuri. In the
Shuri.
film. I thought she was great.
I thought she was good. We'll
I
talk
thought
about
she
other
was
points.
Great. I enjoyed her.
Terrible jokes.
Jokes were awful. Like there was what was the one joke that didn't land?
What are those?
Oh, what are those? Which was funny 4 years ago.
I don't think it was funny 4
Did
years
you?
ago. So, and then whipping your hair back and forth.
I don't know. Yeah, the jokes didn't land. Like they
Not
didn't
for me.
land.
Not for
Not
me.
for me. Not for
Not
me.
for me at
But
all.
she was an enjoyable character. Thought she was cool.
Was she just a kind of device to just
Yeah,
supplement
Just
Panther
fun.
with?
She was fun.
She was fun.
I like the chemistry that, like, they played brother and sister really well. You know.
That is fair.
Who else we missed out? Martin Freeman, Eric A. Ross.
Yes.
I like him.
What's his relationship to Thunderbolt Ross?
I don't think it's anything.
What? They've got the same last name.
He's just a made-up character. Do you want to talk for a while I Google it?
Okay, so Thunderbolt Ross,
Yeah.
who is one of the only characters to be kept on from the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton. But so this is confusing.
He's still in. Yes. How do we solve
So
that?
Edward Norton at the end of the Incredible Hulk meets Samuel L. Jackson. Is going to be part of the Avengers, but then the only thing they kept from that film was Thunderbolt Everett Ross
Why did they bid Edward Norton as the Hulk?
because he
Too
wanted too
expensive.
much money.
Of course. Of bloody course.
But they kept the general out of that because they liked him so much. So Is he going to become Red Hulk? I don't know. And what relationship does Martin Freeman have to that guy? Is it Martin Freeman?
Yes. Apparently, he just worked in Wakanda with Black Panther. He's
no
solely Black Panther.
no relation.
No relationship. No, none. Nope.
I don't believe you.
No, no.
Okay,
It's
moving
got
on.
nothing to do with Thunderbolt Ross, apparently.
Okay.
Character-wise, I think that... Oh, of course, we've missed one beat.
Who?
Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, what a
Do you know what
legend.
Coogler described him as?
What?
The Obi-Wan Kenobi of Wakanda.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
I disagree completely.
Why do you disagree completely, Pete?
Actually, that's a good point. Maybe he's a bit stereotypical, typecast,
Yeah, I mean,
cliche.
were you bothered when he died?
Not at all. Not in the
It's like the most
slightest.
hated thing in film, isn't it? When you're like,
Don't spend enough time with a character and they
the,
die.
but the director thinks that you will, like, be
Be
saddened
tormented by
by it, but you're not.
More to talk about that topic. What did you
Forrest Whitaker? Do you really need to do that when it's Forrest Whitaker?
What did you think of the twist that he was the young kid?
I enjoyed it.
Boring, hated it.
Did you? Did you hate it that much?
Wasn't surprised at all, and even if it did surprise, I just couldn't care less.
Yeah, I get
Like,
ya.
what is that twist? It's like a nothingness.
Beaten, of course, the legend, the CGI master, Andy Serkis. I'm gonna have the same conversation we always do in any film he's in. Is it Sir Keys or is it Sir Kiss?
Circus, like we're going to see elephants.
Andy Serkis. What do you think of him as Ulysses Clawbeat?
Excellent, John. Oh my God, what
Don't know
was
what that
that? I always enjoy him in every film.
I really, really enjoyed the character. And Az makes a point later on, which we'll talk about in fan questions. There's a fan
Yes.
question he asks about him.
Okay.
If we can kind of go into it now, how they've killed him off.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
So from
he's a major character. Isn't
from my perspective,
he? Don't go too much into it because we'll do it in fan questions. But
is Ulysses Claw Black Panther's Venom, if you want to say? So Spider-Man has Venom, Batman has the Joker. His opposite.
to kill him off in the first film.
Is Claw not that important to Black Panther? I thought he was his antithesis. I could be wrong.
They can't even do prequel stuff, can they? Because it's like this is the prequel.
There's clearly clever origins in apartheid in South Africa. You know, white ruler stuff.
Yes, yeah.
Is that not his opposite? Imagine killing the Joker off in Batman's first film.
I know that's
Is that not that feeling? Now, Killmonger's meant to take that mantle, but we'll talk about that later on as well.
So Boseman as a Black Panther beat. What do you think of the suit? What do you think of his suit?
Here's one for you. Purple's my favourite colour, so I enjoy that
You do
immediately.
enjoy that.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Little differences, like he's got a little bit of a silver outline on the nose, so it's more close to the original comic book suit.
Yeah.
I like the technological upgrade of the kinetic blast. That plays a couple of cool moments in the film.
It's a massive plot device.
It's a massive plot device. One big thing, biggest real problem with the film, he's completely indestructible,
While he's in that suit beat,
unhittable. So here's the thing. It's vibranium, so that makes sense logically.
it's like having is the full suit vibranium?
The entire suit's vibranium.
So that's like having a full Captain America shield.
Yes, over your body entirely.
That's it. It's game over. And he's got this weird bloody flower thing he's swallowed, which has made him the suit man anyway.
So what limit of vibranium do we have? There was no kind of critical resource, like there was no
They were
information told to us. Like Captain
They
America's
to cool it down on a train.
Captain
Not that
America,
much.
yeah, Captain America's shield's really cool because it's
It's
finite. It's the only his shield.
It can be lost as well.
Mjolnir, Thor's hammer. It's made
Yeah.
out of this nth metal or something like that. You know, hammered by these dwarven gods or something.
Yeah.
And that can't be brought back. Although it's definitely getting brought back. There's no
A different one.
there's no rarity applied to the suit. Like, oh, we can just keep on churning these out. Also, all tension is lost because we have no fear of the character being defeated whilst in the suit. He gets
So
shot
you
in
can
the
just get
head.
Belted.
He
can't you?
falls off a car.
You can just get belted
He
around.
jumps onto buildings. He gets shot directly. He gets Ulysses Claw, his arch enemy, not in the film, but we know previously established. He gets one of his full blasts to the body,
And just sends him flying.
sends him flying back, just shakes it off. He gets a noob tube grenade. straight at the chest. There's
While I
nothing
remember
you can
this-
do to
Well, I
him.
remember this as well. I was talking about the character itself in the suit.
Yeah.
Our friend at Scott, at Scotty Boy on Twitter,
Yeah.
made a point where I'm not too sure about, but in Civil War,
Uh-huh.
he was like running, which was a cool scene, running after cars, like going the same speed as a car.
Uh-huh.
And in this, he had to jump on the bonnet of a car to keep up with another one.
Right.
What's that all about?
I have no idea. I'd have to watch it back.
Would it
How
not be a
quick
lot-
are the cars
right, It's a
going?
bloody he's Black Panther.
Right.
Surely one of his main attributes is speed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are Panthers quick?
Yes, they
Or
are.
are they just more like
Good climbers.
sultry? Sultry the word?
Sneaky.
Like sneaky and like just meandering
No,
about?
well, he took the flower. He took the purple flower, which has got a really cool effect. That when they drink the sauce, I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit. But
Then
he's
they've
got
got then they've got to drink the other sauce when they're fighting, so
Yeah.
it takes it away.
but it's like Spider-Man, as in the sense his muscles are that powerful. He can leap without his web slinging. He can run and leap really quickly because he's got muscle power.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't Panther be able to do that?
Just thought it was weird. It's just literally it's one of them things where it's in because of it's
It's
just
convoluted.
that's the plot. They need
They need him to run on
to
this,
do a scene.
to have a scene where his sister helping him, and quirky shenanigans ensue.
Anyway, right, yeah. So,
But there's nothing that can happen to him.
what did you think of Michael B. Jordan's suit?
It's just a Black Panther.
It's a golden Black Panther
it's
suit.
it's negative Black Panther. You know what I mean?
Apparently, he's like he's got a pet leopard in the comics.
Ah.
So it's like golden black.
right.
It's meant to be like
so it
an ode
works for
to
him.
that, really. A little
That's
bit.
cool. But he's one for you. One, why has his sister created 2 Black Panther suits?
Because the other one wasn't doing enough, apparently.
Because he wanted to keep inconspicuous. I mean, you know what I mean?
was like, what was wrong? He was like, what's wrong with the old one? There's nothing wrong with the old one.
I just, you know what I mean? No real reason given for that.
It's just so he's got that thing on, so when he's wearing the necklace, he can just press it and it just comes on his body.
Right, that's cool. Second point,
Mhm.
it's again that thing where the biggest problem I have with Logan, a great film, is that he's just fighting evil Logan, and
Yes, that's the weakest part of the film.
yes, a protagonist is sometimes closer to the main character than a villain is closer to the main character than we think. Batman is obviously the opposite of Joker, but he does share similarities.
Mhm.
This guy's just imagine Batman but in another batsuit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Joker's still got his own identity, and that shouldn't really be.
And he was a
I'm
really
gonna get
good-
flack for comparing these characters.
No, but another one, he's a really cool villain, and they just killed him off.
Yes.
Like Michael B. Jordan can't come back, so they've killed off Claw and they've killed off
Killmonger.
Killmonger in the same film. So I wonder who
How many rogues has he got left?
there's got to be a lot.
There
Obviously,
must be.
if they've got the balls to do that, then there's got to be enough to do it. Do you know what I mean?
It's a great point though. Where do you go?
We'll see. But you know what's going to happen? It's going to be something out of the Avengers where he's going to be fighting a bloody what's all the aliens who come down? Chitauri or something like that. Chitauri. That's what the next one's going to be.
The Skrull.
There's going to be a light in the sky, and Black Panther's going to have to kill a lot of Chitauri. That's the next film.
But there's got to be a Black Panther 2 because
It's going to be because
the success of this
it's
film has been
so
incredible.
successful, it's ridiculous. Do you want to go on to talk about the plot a little bit, B? This is the overall story. Did you like it? Was there any parts you thought, actually, this is a bit shit? I know we've talked about the car scene.
So
Um,
here's one for you. It's the first film in the franchise, so there's got to be a lot of setup. We have to introduce Wakanda, and it's kind of
man, I thought it was boring at times.
it's a lot of setup. It's a lot of this is this person, this is their
Yeah.
motivation, this is what happened here. The first act's a lot of that, and it was okay. The setup twist with the brother, pretty boring.
Yeah.
The middle act with the casino infiltration when they're trying to get Claw, really cool. Really, the best part of the film.
Yes, enjoyed that a lot.
The entire sequence from inside the casino. There's like
Service is great in it as well. It's
Yes.
absolutely class.
There's almost a kind of Game of Thrones one shot where it switches from his head guard
Mhm.
fighting on the top floor to down. She throws a body over the railing, lands on the casino chips. T'Challa turns around and we go over his
Yeah.
fight and stuff. Really cool use of camera movement.
Do you know what notice it when watching it, but the edits were quite long as well, which I enjoyed.
Right.
Like especially
That's what I'm saying. Like
in
that
the casino.
That
in
Game
the
of
casino,
Thrones. It's called a one-er.
Yes, I noticed that as well. Like it's not like cut.
It's like
It's like
smooth.
This is pretty cool.
Moving from one position to the other
Running
without anything.
cars, you know what I mean?
So that's all down to choreography and spending a lot of time in a warehouse blocking it out.
Yeah, doing it.
Which is, I just love stuff like that. And then once we exit that, the car chase is excellent. Like when he's using his claws to kind of balance on the other side. The device the sister has, that universal vehicle creator where the seats create out of loads of beads, and that's just really inventive. I like that idea that she can control anything, and they even play with it when it crashes. It looks like it would kill her in the position of the driver, but she just falls on the ground. Really inventive. I like that technology.
How did obviously they set up the whole fighting thing?
Yes.
At the start of the film, you've got to fight the
To
tribe.
Yeah.
Whoever comes against you to try and become king. How did Michael B. Jordan manage to defeat him? I don't get it.
Because he was in the Marines.
Is that it? So?
And he was fueled by anger.
Right. Fueled by anger, and a member of the Marines can be someone who's been trained in fighting.
You would think the king's son would be top of the line.
Life. And I mean, he's a tank, Chadwick Boseman, really. You know what I mean?
Maybe once because he takes the flower to become superhuman. He takes it to become non-human. Maybe it's not. It doesn't weak.
Yeah, you've got that all reveal to the audience. This flower will now get rid of Black Panther's power.
Oh yeah.
Forrest Whitaker.
But maybe when he's not got the power, he kind of loses a belief, or he has like a confidence that he can't be hurt. It's not that it makes him weaker than the other person he's fighting, but it makes him weaker mentally because he's used to having that strength.
Wasn't even close though. He
Could be wrong.
battered him, didn't he, really?
I've got a point about that, John. Certain use of repetitive scenes. So we've got the same fight over and over again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bit unoriginal.
And then you've got the final scene at the end.
I've got another point on this.
I mean, we need to talk about that because it was like, what was going on?
End fight is a mess of CGI. So the rhinos...
That's one of the worst CGI rhinos I've ever seen in my life.
There's so much going on. I can't even see what's happening.
But people were just standing still in the middle of the battlefield for like certain set pieces to happen.
The rhino must be part of the comics. It's got to be.
It's got to be. I don't know. It was a mess. You mean Stan Lee's rhino, mate? Did he
Stan Lee's voice rhino? Can I add a kind of parallel? Lord of the Rings.
Right.
You know the third one.
Awesome.
You know the end scene.
And that was on a much bigger scale.
I think that's not that good.
You don't think it's much? What, the Lord of the Rings one?
Up until the Witch King comes in, that's pretty cool.
We're talking about the second film.
The third film, the ending, elephants, CGI battlefields all over, reminding us of a lot of that.
Right, okay. But the CGI in the second Lord of the Rings was unbelievable, and that was on a much greater scale.
Okay, let's stop talking about Lord of the Rings.
Sorry, we need to actually do Lord of the Rings, by the way. But I'm trying to figure out how we would do it. Would we do the trilogy and then do one episode on the trilogy, or would you every film?
No, every film.
Okay. Back to it, Beat.
Yes.
CGI rhinos.
CGI rhinos. Just a mess. I was completely lost. I don't know what was happening.
What do you think of the whole plot device of his kinetic power getting used again? Like booming people up in the
That's
in
pretty
the sky.
cool. I enjoy that.
Pretty cool.
It was cool when he walked out the flames without his helmet on. He has his arms raised up. He's like, I'm alive. You thought I was dead.
His mate turned on him pretty quickly as well because he didn't bring back Ulysses Claw, and the other dude did.
That's understandable. I felt that was like a normal reaction.
Daniel Kaluuya?
Kaluuya, yeah. Get out.
Do you think that's a normal reaction?
Yeah.
See someone killed our dad, right?
Yes.
And I didn't bring the killer back. Would you fall out on me massively?
If
I said, right, if I went out and said, look, I'm going to get this guy and I'm going to bring him back for justice.
Would I
And I came back and said, things went tits up, I couldn't do it.
Nobody doesn't turn because of that. He turns because Michael B. Jordan does give him that.
So it could have killed him. Right?
Yes.
Could have killed him and didn't kill him.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you tell me if I didn't kill him?
No.
But there you
go.
go.
All right.
That's the point I'm making.
Okay. Big problem. I hate when people die in a film and you obviously know he's going to return. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why do it?
Yeah. Well, I think that was the whole thing of the Gorilla Mountain tribe.
Right.
bringing them back. It introduces them, doesn't it? Really.
It does, but
And
still,
their main guy's a cool dude, and he's fighting with him in.
what I'd do is
in Infinity War.
I'd go straight down to T'Challa over the waterfall side and see his story from there.
Infinity War is going to be a major part of this as well, isn't it?
It is. There's scenes from the trailer where they're in Wakanda and they're all the
I think
tribes
it's gonna
fighting
be a good
together,
20
which looks
I
sick.
think there's going to be a good 20 minutes of the film.
I just
set in
don't know
Wakanda.
what they're going to do
Oh,
against
because
loads of Wakandans.
Thanos might go for the vibranium.
How do you say the plural of Wakandians?
We'll just call Wakanda as a whole.
Wakanda.
Music, score beat. You were a bit disappointed with this, weren't you?
Massively disappointed.
What
Now,
did you want? What did you expect from it?
I don't know. I was
Everyone's
expecting.
going wild about the score and the music.
It's clearly clever because it uses African history
Mhm.
and influence to kind of meld itself into its score. That's fine stuff like that. Ambient
I
stuff.
enjoyed that. Yes, I enjoyed
Low
that.
drum beats.
Gives
and-
a real like set the scene of you being in Wakanda.
That's exactly it. It's all about empathising with this and the scenery, stuff like that. What I didn't like is the main theme, John. Didn't like
See,
it at
right,
all.
This is where we totally disagree because I really, really liked it.
It's was it like it's da 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 na na.
Right, there you go.
No good.
I really like it.
It goes nowhere.
It was giving us the tingles a little bit. The problem I have with it is it felt like it's gonna boom, and it didn't. Do you know
Felt like it
what
was
I
going
mean?
to climax.
I don't think it's got a climax. I don't think the score, the main theme's got a climax.
Score is anticlimactic.
There you go. That's the point. But did I like it? I like the tune. It's catchy. It's a catchy tune, and it got played through the film, eventually getting a little bit bigger, but just didn't climax. Didn't boom.
No good for me. Boring and dull.
Have you got any other points you want for Wimby?
Guy with the lip disc was cool.
Yeah, but the guy with the lip disc was cool.
Isn't that just cool to
Yeah,
see?
it was cool. Very cool.
Terrible humour.
Terrible humour.
In,
Two jokes were mentioned.
in the end, villain is a copy of a protagonist.
Right, yes.
Forgettable score.
Oh, can we make the point that we made?
Yeah.
Imagine if they totally turned tail, right? Actually killed off Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther.
Yes.
And made Michael B. Jordan Black Panther with his heroic arc,
Being the return to
the return to
justice. That would be absolutely 10 out of 10 material.
But I bloody love Chadwick Boseman. I would be disappointed not to see him against Black Panther.
Correct.
But I like Michael B. Jordan as well. That would
Correct.
that would be a ballsy move.
That would be hellish, but it's not going to happen because
It
you're
didn't
losing
happen.
out on
It's
money.
not
You're
gonna
losing
happen
out.
because it didn't happen.
You're losing out on money.
Okay.
Biggest point of the whole thing, John. Wanted a Black Panther cape.
I remember you saying this when we stepped out. You were like, I was like, what did you think of it? There was no cape. I was like, what? What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
wanted an end credit scene where he's got a cape on.
Alright.
Now in the comics, he hasn't got armor per se. He might do now because of like the cross brand things and the same stuff, but he's just got kind of a cloth mesh. It's like a cloth bag over his head, like a tight lycra suit.
Actually, I saw a little picture of him. Like, it's not like a full cape. It's like over one shoulder cape type thing.
No, that's a different iteration, I guess, because I've got full cape in my head.
Alright, comic boy.
He's also got
Stop
2
that.
pistols.
What?
No, I think that's just in the Ultimates.
That sounds bloody unreal.
It is really cool. I think he's got vibranium pistols. I could be wrong.
Right, you've got that power armor on and 2 Desert Eagles.
Yeah,
How do you
pretty
stop
much.
that?
You can't.
And a cape.
Cool as hell.
He's the greatest ever. Other than that,
For the future, so Killmonger burns all the crops.
so there's only him now.
Is he powered up?
Well, that can grow again, can't it? Surely.
Is he powered up or is he powered down?
Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther.
He's powered up, isn't he?
Charla,
T'Challa.
he's powered up. He's full Black Panther mode now.
Okay,
Because
excellent.
they had that little one left in the mountain.
Right,
tribe
okay,
place.
okay.
I thought if you were the guy in charge there, why would you not take it yourself? So just out of respect and
Just out of respect, he saved his life in the fight.
yeah, fair enough.
Move on.
Imagine if he'd taken that one and become some sort of massive gorilla tank, Black Panther.
There's one for you, John. Leader of the other tribe, the ape tribe.
He was cool. I enjoyed him.
The best comedic delivery out of the lot of them.
Yeah,
That
he was
it.
good. With vegetarians. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
What did you make of the after credit scene? B? Obviously, we're spoilers throughout, so we don't need to see it.
So
Out of all the Marvel films, we hung about, and I thought that there was no point in having these here. They didn't do anything.
the problem it's got is I came into it thinking this film is directly before Avengers: Infinity War Part 1. So it's
Right.
got to
yeah.
do something leading to there. big time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting Thanos levels of fucking involvement. I felt the scene that they used could have been used in the film.
So what we've got is
And was
T'Challa
underwhelmed.
went in front of the UN embassy or something, or the
Yes.
World Embassy, and said,
Yes.
now the Wakandans are
A
going to
part
have
of the
headquarters all over the world, and we're going to share our knowledge and be like a world force now.
Yeah.
Join you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. They're all on board. That was done. Could have been done in the film. And the second one was the Bucky reveal. What's it called? Bucky Barnes.
Yes, Buddy Barnes, the White Wolf now.
Is he now the White Wolf?
Yeah, they took it from Game of Thrones, I guess. I don't know.
Well, because in the comics I was reading up on this, that's obviously what he's called, because
He's a Russian.
wasn't that a different character though in the comics?
No. I'm guessing obviously Siberian wolf or some
he's just,
kind. He must
so he's
have.
going to be a white Black Panther now.
What?
I was just going to be like, what's he going to be
No,
like?
that's just what the tribe called
So
him.
he's still going to be like Bucky Barnes?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because I saw someone in a white suit when I was looking through Google Images.
Oh, that's a girl. That's White
Panther.
Tiger. That's
don't-
White Tiger.
I don't know.
Spider-Man is a little crewer.
Alright, cool.
She's like a martial artist who trains with Danny Rand, who's Iron Fist.
Nice.
So there you go.
Yeah, so would it not have been more impressive to bring back him in like the final fight scene?
I think that'd be cool.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking, come on, I want to see Bucky Barnes with a metal armbar.
He's also going to have a vibranium arm.
Yes.
Did he previously have one?
Yeah, I think it was Vibranium, one.
Right. Oh, he's going to have a
How did that
replacement.
come off?
Iron Man?
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
No, it got removed.
I don't know.
I have no idea. We got to remember.
You know, we're halfway through this film. I thought that the Hulk was there as well for some reason. I thought Bruce Banner was like locked in
Just
Wakanda.
chilling out.
I
Aye.
don't know why. Like in a hut somewhere.
Who
I thought I'd
knows?
seen that. Who knows? I don't know. It's gone. So be final thoughts. Black Panther. What do you think? But this has been a very, very positive review until we get to this part, I'd imagine.
Enjoyed the cast.
Mhm.
Enjoyed the acting. Disliked the music. Story was average as out.
Mhm.
Villain motivations were good and acted well, but in the end, ultimately, was just evil Black Panther.
Yep.
Evil opposite version of our main protagonist.
Yep.
Forrest Whitaker and a few other characters they introduced got killed off, and I didn't give a shit about. Also, the girl at the end gets a knife to a throat slit. Everybody's crying, oh! And I'm like, who was that?
I know that was a bit weird.
And then
No blood, by the way.
No
Maybe
blood
just
at all.
splash of blood.
end CGI mess. I only felt I was really having a good time when the middle act casino infiltration scene came on.
Okay.
Music disappointed us massively.
You've already said that. Come on.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. It was so average for me.
Jesus, beetroot. I'm sure people will look back through and go, you know what, you give this film a 7 out of 10.
Right. 100% they're going to
It's
get
not a
us.
5 out of 10 beat. Right, here's my thoughts.
Do you want to watch it again instantly?
No.
5 out of 10.
Here's my thoughts, beat. I think what it does for a comic book film to include all of the black actors it does, and
Right.
for them it be very enjoyable. It is groundbreaking. It's a future. It shows a future of being able to sell full black actor films.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean there?
Okay. So
Because
it's
there was
evidence.
a massive thing in Hollywood
Yep.
saying that a black cast don't sell films,
Yes, this is prime evidence.
and this is the whole Oscars things and things like that.
Yes.
I think obviously you've seen how well this film has done, so that is now gone. That's thrown out, and I think for what this film does,
Mhm.
that's an amazing thing it's done.
Okay.
I think that's quality. Getting into the bones of the film,
Yeah.
is it enjoyable? Yes. Is it the best Marvel film I've ever seen? No, nowhere near. In my opinion, it's an enjoyable, standard film. I think people are getting a little bit too much caught up in the politics of it. If you strip back and have a look at the film and watch it fully,
It's okay.
it's a good film. I think you're being harsh. 5 out of 10. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Very good.
I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
I'm going-
I want to give it 6.5, but you've got to always mark it up.
I'm going Idris Elba on the Crass score.
So we'll go in between. It's Idris Elba, 6 out of 10. You know what? Good, enjoyable. Nice, good film. Simple as 6 out of 10.
Don't want to watch it instantly again? No.
Do you not?
Nah.
I would like. I'm gonna give it a second watch when it comes out on DVD. That's my thoughts.
Are you going to
I
then
think
mark down true or false trivia?
Can we just do something quickly? What time are we on, Beat? What we're running on now at the minute?
1:55 minutes, apparently.
55. Beautiful. I'm gonna name some films, Beat, that have been brought out by Marvel Studios,
Better or worse?
and I want you just to say better or worse.
Okay, are you ready?
Iron Man 2008.
Much better. Top of the list.
The Incredible Hulk.
Black Panther's better than the Incredible Hulk.
I think it is. X-Men First Class. That's 20th Century Fox.
Better.
That's better anyway to leave that. Iron Man 2.
Worse.
Thor. The original.
Worse.
Ooh. Captain America, the First Avenger.
Better.
I think that's better as well. The First Avengers.
Better.
Better. Iron Man 3.
Worse.
It's worse than that. Captain America Winter Soldier.
Better.
Really good film. Enjoyed Winter Soldier, by the way.
Ensemble cast, though. Maybe unfair.
I think you've got to judge them all, you know? I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Better.
Avengers Age of Ultron.
Worse.
Ensemble ensemble.
Worse.
Before?
Cast.
Cast. Ant-Man.
Worse.
Oh, I'm tight. Captain America Civil War.
Better.
Doctor Strange.
Worse.
Do you think it's worse?
Yeah, I was not
Did
a
not
fan
like
of Doctor Strange at all, no.
I thought
Bored
Doctor
the
Strange
fucking life out
I
of
thought
us.
Doctor Strange was pretty cool.
Bored the fucking life out of us.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Worse.
Worse.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Better.
Thor Ragnarok.
Worse.
You thought this was worse than Thor Ragnarok?
No, better. Just
It's tight. It's tight.
I'd probably give 4 of 7 out of 10, I think.
It's a good film. Moving on to some fan questions.
Would I give 4?
I don't know.
Please give it.
I think we give Thor Ragnarok a 6 out of 10.
Okay, I hope we do.
Okay. We've got a few fan questions here, so we'll roll straight into them. The legend that is Razza at RazzaYube. Give him a follow, Pete, on Twitter. He's got a few questions for us, Pete. How was the action in the film for you? Yep, Pete, answer. Don't just look down the balls off phone. I don't know what you look like.
It was me balls. It was okay.
Okay. Casino.
Quality. Inventive use of the one.
Last bit, mess.
I agree. Total 2 CGI creations. No physical men actually battling. Choreography, fight, whatever I've just said there. It's all just CGI rubber men, which doesn't work to me head.
I like it.
Moving on.
What tribe would you be part of, Pete?
The ape tribe.
I would as well. Why?
Because imagine taking one of their flowers, which I think's neon. I haven't seen yet. This isn't real at all. This is what
They haven't got flowers, Pete.
They haven't, but I'm making this up.
Okay.
Imagine if they had flowers which were like blue or white, glowing, and you took it and you became like ape god. How cool would that be? Each tribe should have a god.
I'm Massive Tank anyway, so I'd fit straight in.
Shut up.
After seeing what they do with it, what would you do if you had vibranium? What would you make out of vibranium be?
I would
What would
make
your go-to weapon be?
a vibranium samurai sword.
That would be awesome.
Wouldn't it?
Has that been done before?
That's got to be done.
That's got to be done.
It's got to be.
I would make 2 vibranium hands to go on top of, like gloves.
Vibranium Hulk hands.
Like you know, like how you get the big green,
Yeah.
green Hulk hands
Yeah.
toys. I'd have them, but like vibranium hands.
Way too big for your hands though.
Just be able to
Watermelons.
hit people to the moon.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really good. I like that.
Maybe I'd be able to like throw them off like Thor and come back. Probably not.
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like rock hands. And finally, B, where Razza asks, would this be in the top 10 of Marvel films there's ever been?
Well, off the what we've just done, work it out.
Do we name 10 better films? Or was there only like 7?
I don't know.
It might, yeah, I think it might just scrape in the top 10.
Somehow, it's a 5 out of 10. It's,
It's not 5 out of 10 film,
It's
Christ.
a 6 out of 10.
It's a good film. You know what our ratings is? We don't give 9s and 10s out very often.
All right.
Beat. Next question here from Just Another Game blog.
Yeah.
We actually know his name now.
Excellent.
And we need to apologise.
Why?
Because we said that Nick was American and he didn't know what snooker was. But it turns out He's from the UK.
Of course.
Of course he does.
In true Crass fashion.
We don't have a clue. He also runs a podcast himself, Gamers Without Borders.
Nice.
Jump onto it on the Twitter. Give it a listen, people. Check it out. Beat, Nick asks, I think this film works as it's aware of the MCU fatigue and attempts a very different style and tone, like Winter Soldier did. Plus, it's a proper standalone film. Genuinely think you could watch this with zero MCU knowledge as events of the Civil War were briefly recapped. It's a statement, not a question, but we've read out anyway.
I completely disagree. No, man.
So it's a statement, not a question, but what do you think about Nick's statement?
That it works as a standalone film.
What I think Nick's trying to get on about is, at the minute, it's like comic book after comic book film, isn't it?
Yes.
It's they're churning them out. Jesus, aren't they?
Yes. A good point
Bosk
is...
made a similar point.
No.
I think we've got that further on as
A
well.
good point is that getting murders both its main villains off. So it's not really setting up characters, is it, for the next film?
You're right there.
So there you go.
That's a point well made.
Did I feel it contributed or took away from superhero fatigue? I felt that it was part of the monotony.
Did you?
A little bit, aye.
Nah, I've got to disagree. I think it's a good standalone film. Good.
Mhm.
It's trying to break away from what we've seen before. It's
6 out of 10.
I know, but like it's what can you do with these comic book films? What can you do with them?
Make it feel like it isn't a comic book film.
I know, but you don't want to really like people slam The Dark Knight because it's not a comic book film.
That's
So you've
exactly what you were
You've got
looking
to try
for.
and find a happy medium though, and this is a Marvel film, so you've got to understand what the audience is. Beat. Anyway, Nick, thanks for the question. You made me and Beat argue with each other.
Well done.
Beat at NTFTT pod here. Give them a listen, people. Another great podcast. Were you shocked about Claw? It felt like a Snoke what the fuck moment.
I couldn't agree more.
It's a great point.
Maybe that's it. It's the underutilization of the character. It's like you've got a good vein of gold, vein of vibranium, if you want to keep it thematic, and we've only mined 10% of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know that.
He's a great character. He's a great actor to have in the midst. Is he?
I thoroughly
We need to
enjoyed
work
parts
out.
of when Andy Serkis was on screen. You know,
We need to work out if he's Black Panther's main villain.
right?
If he is,
we'll come back there and we'll answer the next
If he is,
podcast.
we have a reason
If
to
you
get
don't-
angry.
Hit this up. Beat, we've got at Jamie Nem here. Bing McCoy. How much does Bing not like superhero films?
Massively.
He hates them.
Okay.
He watched Deadpool recently. Said that was all right. but
Okay, I like Deadpool.
He absolutely hates superhero films.
Right.
Each to their own. That's what I say. Tony loves bloody Jaws, and you've just seen that.
It's incredible.
You did it at uni, didn't you?
I've been doing it at uni. It's
We're keeping it for a
incredible.
special. We're keeping it for a special.
You talk about tension. It's the opposite of having a suit made of completely indestructible metal. It's the exact opposite. You're out in the sea where you just
You're out in the
you're
sea.
fucked. You get eaten.
He'd go get eaten. Next one, B.
Yes.
Add Boss Bounty Hunter and the Legends Return. The second part of the Black Dog Band, who did our intro.
Black Dog film, not Black Panther.
What?
I don't know.
Hi, Boss from Bristol here. I'd like you both to select a colour and animal as your superhero name and tell us why it suits you.
Alright. Purple alligator.
I was going to say perfect time to pause the podcast, but you've just... Why is that in your head?
I don't know.
Purple alligator.
Purple's my favourite colour, and I just saw an alligator.
Here's one for you. Black's my favourite colour, but I've only just recently found out that's not a colour.
It's a shade.
Yes.
Right.
It's a reflection
Okay.
of different colours or something, I think.
What? Not a shade?
Is it a shade?
White
not
to
a colour,
black?
I don't know.
There's a shade scale and a colour scale.
It's not a colour.
White and... Wait, hold on. Is white a... I don't know.
Right, I'm going maroon tortoise.
I like it.
Thanks, boss. Thanks for the question. Oh,
It's
Christ.
funny.
Beat. Last one from As vs. the World. Give him a full appeal. Regular, listen to the podcast as well.
Uh-huh.
He said, did anyone get pissed off that the head of the R&D is a 16-year-old girl? Could they have not found someone smarter that is classified as an adult? No, as I think...
Forrest Whitaker.
I think she got the job because she's sister of Charla.
It's T'Challa.
She's sister of T'Challa, Beat.
Yes.
And daughter of the Queen. Like in life, it's who you know, not what you go. And that's why I'm spending £40,000 to go to university.
That makes perfect sense.
Anyway, I think that's a great time to wrap it up, Pete.
Okay, mate.
Okay. People, give us a follow at Talking Crass on Twitter. Let us know what you thought. You probably hated the review,
Yeah.
just like you did the Star Wars one, but you've always said, if you can't get your own opinion across, what's the point of doing the podcast?
You can't get your opinion across with half-assed points and notes
That you don't edit.
that you don't edit and don't do 15 minutes before the show. Who are you?
Also, we're on SoundCloud. We upload our stuff there. Boss comments quite a bit. Enjoy reading the comments. Get on there if you can. And on iTunes. Give us a follow and a subscribe. And leave us that sweet, tasty 5-star review if you can be bothered. We'd appreciate it.
Mm-mm.
I've been John.
I've been beat. Purple alligator.
I've been Maroon Tortoise. And this has been Talking Crass.
Right, see you later, people.